Royalty Beauty Brands is a female, Black-owned beauty company with all of your cosmetic needs in mind. Right now, we offer hair extensions, eyelash extensions, and our flagship product, Yumbella Lip Balm. Coming soon to add to our product line will be promo merchandise, lip oil, lip scrub, beard oil, body butter, body soap, and makeup, to name a few. Every product is vegan friendly and carefully made with the consumer in mind. Check out our Royalty Beauty Brand social media and go to our website to sign up for our exclusive mailing list for discount codes and to place an order. Don't forget to leave us some feedback. Royalty Beauty Brands. We see the beauty in you.
We hustle, but the night know that the ride or die.
Welcome to the House of the Princess.
I keep waiting on my seat. Know that the ride or die.
I'm 50% righteous, 50% ratchet.
We hustle, but the night waiting on my seat. Know that the ride or die. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when
Thank
I was
y'all
not
for joining
around.
us.
Certain people that I know.
Hi, how you doing? I think y'all could see me. Shoot. I don't know if I made this private or not on here. Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to be there. Boom. Okay, let me know if you can hear me good. Because I couldn't see your comments a second ago. So hopefully they'll come up now. Let me know if you can hear me good. If not, I will move the microphone closer to me. Let me go into, I know y'all heard that. Let me go into YouTube, make sure we're doing this right. I see it's, how many in the chat? I can't even tell. I hate doing members only for that reason. Like, you can't see things. And YouTube hasn't fixed it. So I can't even tell who's in the daggone live stream right now. So give me a one if you can hear me correctly. Okay, not. It looks like I can talk, but I'm just going to keep going. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, then that's good. I didn't want it to be like super low. So, hey, Miss Sweetie Pooh. Hey, Quasia. How are y'all doing? Okay, now I can see the comments. Boom. Miss Sweetie Pooh got her tears. Hey, Quasia. So, I'm not going way too late. I know some people have their membership. Some people don't. And some people are getting ready for work. Might be late, but I thought I'd read you a bedtime story. How about that? I'm trying to grab. A mosquito has eaten my foot up, and I need to grab my little lotion to stop the itch. As I told y'all before, I'm not the normal person. You get a mosquito bite or something, and then just itch will go away. I'm just have to be miserable for a long time. So besides that, this won't be long because her page is like 11 regular pages. I'm looking at 24 pages, and it's in large print. And I think it told me I'm on page 6. Well, where's page 1? Okay, so it starts reading page 4. It's only 6 chapters. And it says, I had to heal my inner self, heal my scarred heart to work on the greatest gift, joy. So I guess this is to announce her non-existent baby. Okay, well, maybe the baby exists, but I can't no how see that it belongs to that man, because it don't. Okay, well, we just gonna keep it moving. The lie detector says you is a lie. So how did y'all get a conjugal visit? Okay, so page 3 says, for All those who need to heal, grow, and live meaningfully. Please do before it's too late. Joy. The name of the book is Love and Joy of Robert. First chapter is The Start. I'm going to try to read it like her because I'm ignorant, okay? At the beginning of my teens, I knew I wanted more for myself than I was currently experiencing. Living the fate I was in prior to entering college had drained me emotionally and mentally, and I was not who I used to be. Family members were touching you despite knowing you were aware of the situation, felt as if that it were okay for them to do so. And I am reading this the way it's written, okay? It felt normal to me that I was unable to voice my feelings to my parents when all they did was ignore my pain. I felt embarrassed and ashamed when I was unable to tell anyone. I thought it was okay to not have anyone by my side to tell me that that was not right, Joy. Lowercase too. The pain in my life at the time was so great it got the best of me that I felt numb to everything. I stopped caring about everyone and wanted better for myself in my career. The only thing that made me feel better at the time was music. I loved making music so much that I felt relief from the pain I had built up. I had to change something in my life. It was with great disappointment that I have to share that even though I used to consider family members as family, I could no longer consider them as such. Although you would think that family members would be there for you in your most challenging times, in actuality, they create more traumatic memories and horrible memories for you. Okay. You so silly, Miss Sweetie Pooh. We on chapter 2 already. An experience of a lifetime. And they're not even numbered chapters. They just name something else. So we're on page 6. We're a quarter of a way there. It's like a memory of yesterday for me. When I saw Robert was going to perform in my city, I had to get tickets. I was really a big fan of Robert, so I decided that I wouldn't miss out on it. As I recall picking out my outfit and hairstyle, I was eager to catch Robert's attention. Being one of the girls that Robert called backstage on the night of the concert and just being able to attend one of his concerts was the highlight of my life. It was backstage that I had experienced that I will never forget. Upon entering the backstage door, the people he had around were very secluded, watching every angle, which was understandable because it was R. Kelly. There were many younger girls my age backstage. My sole purpose was to catch Robert's attention as I walked in screaming at the top of my lungs. Robert immediately came to me and put his hands around my hip, grabbing my butt and calling me beautiful and various flattering names. Once I explained to him how I created music, I asked if he would like to listen to it. When I first encountered Robert, he was extremely passionate about my music. He invited me to his studio that night with his crew and a few other girls. I knew there would be competition, but he was always watching me, although there were other girls there. As I played my music, everyone was bobbing their heads and saying, "Damn, girl, you can sing." It was the best feeling in the world. All Robert's friends constantly told him, "I think you found your new Aaliyah." When Robert pulled me to the side, he informed me he wanted me to live with him and he would assist me in my music career. It was a very curious moment for me that time, but I was cautious nonetheless. My answer was yes, but I'm still in college. He responded, "Daddy has everything you need right here." He pulled out a stack of cash. And I wasn't concerned about the money at the time. I just wanted to improve my music. On the night of the studio session, he became very flirty with me and told me he had a nice house in Atlanta, which he showed me after we finished. When I walked into the house looking at all the amazing interior, I could not believe what I was seeing. As I walked into the house, I felt almost like I was in a dream. The house was gorgeous and had everything I needed. I informed Robert that I did not think staying here was a good idea since I had school and other responsibilities. I was always persuaded by him with money, saying I should not leave because it's an opportunity that no one else will ever have, and I'll leave. I'll regret it. Let me tell y'all, there are spelling errors in this damn book. I kid you not. So please excuse me, and grammatical errors. When I was convinced to stay, I stayed for 3 days, which was something my parents and friends were worried about, I suppose. Receiving texts and calls every minute of the day, I told Robert that my parents were concerned about me and that I wasn't sure that I could stay any longer. I was notified 3 days ago, my professor, that I had missed assignments. Having been absent for class for 3 days, I was concerned about this. After Robert came to me and told me that he had all this money, I did not need to attend college anymore. As he gripped me around the waist and whispered, Daddy will always be here for you, and he will make sure that and he will make you the best star I can be. Child, ooh, Lord, excuse me. Whew, it's hard reading this. Okay. I was staying in Robert's guest room writing music for the 3 days, keeping me distracted from this big life change. I didn't have any clothing here. Robert brought me some regular clothes to wear, and some very sexy and grown up outfits. I had no clue why he bought me these hoary outfits until his assistant informed me that Robert wanted me to wear it from some occasion, which was a spandex and see-through bra. I didn't question it, thinking perhaps he wanted me to look cute. Towards the end of the night, Robert came into the guest room, sat near the edge of the bed, and asked me who's dad. I guess that's supposed to be daddy. I answered, you. And he replied, good girl. I was nervous. Robert assured me that it would be okay. He placed his hands around my neck, making it difficult for me to breathe. And he called me names I had never suspected him to call me, a whore and a slut. Afterwards, he told me to remove my bra so he could see my breasts better. I felt uncomfortable since I had never done this with anyone else before. In the beginning, I had no concept of what kinks were, but Robert had quite a few. It opened my eyes to a lot that I never knew and was very interested in, but quite disgusting when you think about it. I stripped my clothes in the bathroom as Robert instructed me to get nasty with him. I figured nothing of it until he instructed me to open my mouth on my knees. And it's a picture. I'm gonna show y'all this picture. As soon as he urinated on me inside my mouth, I felt compelled to vomit, but I didn't. After a few nights of doing this with Robert, I became used to it. He loved to try new things with me. He made me lick his anus, and it turned me off, but he brought whatever I wanted if I did that for him. Girl. because I was reading the book on the other page. Ooh, child. So I don't know what this picture is supposed to be. Okay, I don't know. I don't get it. This whole book is shit. Yeah, okay, so that's the picture on one page. That's the picture of her. Okay, now this man is going to trial tomorrow. Okay. And he's child, this not gonna help him. It's not gonna help him. Yes, this is about Aura. Aura. Okay. Hey Tracy. Yeah, I can't see how many Tracy how many of y'all is in here, but I appreciate of those who are in here. Y'all just go ahead and press that like button for our little late night special. This is Joycelyn Savage's book. Okay. This is the book she came out with this weekend about her future baby daddy, lies you tell, about what they got going on. This is her life story, her story. Okay. So we 18 minutes in, we almost halfway through the book, okay? Through the dissertation. Okay. And baby, you ain't pissing in my mouth. Hell no. I know some kinks, but in your mouth, bitch, and you just went with it, and you ain't enough money in the world. Go to hell. Okay, so yeah, we're 40% done with the book, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Next chapter, Our Pain. Robert was very aware of what happened to me and the problems of my parents. So I cried to him and told him all the stories I had suffered. Because I had no one to listen to my stories of pain all my life, he made me feel relieved, as if he was my therapist. I told him everything, and he was there to wipe my tears off my cheek and told me that that was not okay and that we were going to make things better from here on out. He has struggled with the media for years, portraying him as this horrible monster when he wanted a perfect girl. He explained to me that losing Aaliyah has caused him to do horrible drugs and that he has had to deal with his demons. Now, you know, all fuck niggas say demons, okay? You got to deal with demons, okay? That was a sidebar. As much as he wanted me to become his Aaliyah, he was afraid of losing me, which led him to become extremely demanding, obsessive over me, and unable to let me leave his sight at all. Robert started calling me his sexy little Aaliyah, or sometimes just Aaliyah. But I would have to remind him that I'm Joy. He don't even know her name. If you hear him listen, he called her Joycelyn. Her name is Joycelyn. And they got another bullshit ass picture here. Since he did not like that I was on social media or in contact with anyone, I became isolated from everyone. But at that time, I felt it was okay since I had everything I wanted. I had money, we were traveling, and I had everything I needed. It seemed I was always being monitored by Robert's team. In fact, he pays them very well and they have signed NDAs not to speak ill of him or say anything negative. He even paid them to manage me to make sure that I did not say anything negative in public. Thank you for helping the prosecutor's case, darling. Okay. Ciao. She say she pregnant. Then she got pregnant after he got 30 years. Okay. Hell no, my man can't even nut in my mouth. I told him I'm gonna kiss you after he was like, nah, man, that's you telling Next chapter. Sister, girlfriend, or enemy.
My experience in traveling with Robert for every concert every day was fun, yet exhausting. Jumping from city to city and receiving all of this free service from his team was amazing. Watching him perform some of my favorite songs from the side of the stage made me fall in love with him even more. I didn't like Robert inviting girls backstage while performing at each concert, even though some of the girls were strangely young. I couldn't say much about it. Although Robert had his eyes on this one girl, she was very energetic and tried showing off her singing skills to Robert and just trying to impress him in all ways, which I thought was really corny at the time. Robert decided to take her with us on the road with us. Robert informed me that I'm still his baby girl, even though he wanted her to join the relationship with us. I was here for it due to the fact that she was way younger than me. Robert gave her everything she wanted, including money, new clothes, luxury bags, and jewelry. At that time, the new girl that was traveling with us was going through a mental crisis. She explained to me that she did not know what to do and that her parents were concerned about her. We were instructed not to inform anyone of where we were and what we were doing, so they believed that she had gone missing due to the fact that she did not contact him. Okay. And here's y'all picture. Let me show y'all the picture. The book has pictures, okay? Uh-huh. Little clip art. This is just the child, the foolery. Okay. And hi everybody that's in here as I'm reading. You have to check in because when we do members only, it don't tell me who's in the building. Okay. Our phones were confiscated a couple of days later by Robert's team for safety reasons, explaining that people could possibly track our IP addresses and we could not use cell phones. Robert's team was nice in public, but very rude and demanding when things did not go their way. We were able to keep our phones, but not at a time when Robert's circumstances became difficult. In spite of the fact that I looked at the new girl as my sister, Robert felt that we should get closer, even though I considered her a sister. Robert and her had been intimate just a few days in, but I didn't like that. But of course, Robert persuaded me to get into getting nasty with her, and he made us do kinky things while recording us with him. She was into it, but over time, it became normal. As soon as we returned to Atlanta, I moved into Robert's room. After the girl took the guest room, we did the same thing every night, doing sexual favors for Robert, which became tiresome for me. I wanted to record and work on music, yet we barely did that. He promised that we would visit the studio a few weeks ago, but never did. When Robert stopped giving her money, gifts, and started lying, oh my God, this is terrible. When Robert stopped giving her money, gifts, started lying, the girl snapped and they had a huge argument. She missed her family and decided she didn't want to be here anymore. Robert put his hands on her and left her with a black eye and several bruises. Initially, I wanted to jump in, but some of Robert's team stayed at the house and stopped me. This eventually became tedious, writing music every day and not being able to record any pieces because he had other important business to handle. After living with Robert for a few months, I didn't like him for what he turned into. But me and the girl became closer over time, and we promised to always be there for each other, no matter the scenario. Well, I thought. But once I saw how flirtatious Robert was towards me, she developed a lot of animosity towards me. We did get into a few arguments, and one day we were cool. The next day I was a bitch. The next day we were like sisters. I think being here with Robert had caused her to become very bipolar, and it was like an on and off switch. I've always told the girl she's a great singer, and I've tried to give her advice, but she just always gives me the stink stuck up attitude. Eventually, Robert took us to the studio so we could record the songs we have been working on for months. We laid down background vocals for a few tracks he promised he would release in the coming months, and we actually recorded some songs for him that never got released. Robert and his team prepared for us interviews in every other week just in case we were required to speak out, and we had our good days as well as our terrible days. We did that, and we read lines over and over until we had it right. It was exhausting, but Robert made sure we were doing everything correctly. He gave us a list of things we were not permitted to mention in interviews, and if we did, he threatened us with consequences. There was no doubt in my mind regarding the fact that we was under a spell because Robert made us feel so special no matter what he asked us to do. He made his language to us very sensational and sexually overpowering. Most of the time, we were unaware of what was going on in the media because we had no social media, but we assumed it was for a bad reason. But he told us that bad publicity is always a positive thing. Okay, so where's my mouse? We're 80% in. There's your picture, ladies and gentlemen. There's your picture. Okay. Child. I mean, this girl ain't used Microsoft Word to spell check this document. Just nothing. And of course, she's probably speaking about Miss Azriel. That's my assumption and speculation. Okay. Obviously now she is alluded to being abused by him, sexually abused. You done fucked the girl. Like, okay. Okay. So here's the next chapter. It's called Comeback Robert. When we learned that Robert was going to be sent to prison, we thought it was the end and we would have to split, even though the girl was ready to leave but stayed for the money instead. Despite the fact that Robert and his team made sure we were set, he didn't want us splitting up and leaving. In spite of being aware of his actions and the reasons for his imprisonment, the girl felt that she needed to leave since Robert was no longer present. His team managed our every move, but she decided to leave. Although she kept telling me that she was going to leave, I advised her to wait. On the day I and the girl argued, Robert's team booked us a couple of nights at his condo. She believed she could embarrass me and expose me to the world when I had been nothing but a sister to her. At some point, we ended up fighting for the first time, and I had snapped due to all the stress Robert was causing from being sent to jail. But she was making matters worse by arguing with me constantly. After Robert's team had difficulty controlling the girl, she threatened to inform the whole world that if they did not let her go and end their contract with her, she would tell the whole world. They decided to let her return home. Keyword, let her return home. And they informed Robert that it would be best if he simply let her go and return her to her family. And the end result is that she smeared my name all over social media, and Robert's team told me not to get swept up in it. No, girl, some of these I's is not even capital I's. It's just I, lowercase I. So there's your picture and your flower. Child. education is important. Okay. We're 90% done. The last chapter, Bundle of Joy. As a result of being unable to speak or hear Robert after he was sent to jail, I really missed him. Robert found ways to surprise me with gifts he sent to me. However, it was not as meaningful as him being here in person. His team informed me that they are working hard to clear his name and he could be released soon. But I knew that that wasn't happening anytime soon. And when I awoke in the morning of the following day, Rob's team had delivered another gift to my house. And it was the most beautiful engagement ring I had ever seen in my life. Tears were raining down my cheeks, and I was overwhelmed with joy, but also with sadness. I wanted Robert to witness this very special moment in my life. Months later, I began experiencing severe morning sickness, and I was unsure what was wrong with my body. I thought I had contracted COVID-19, but the most amazing news of all was I was expecting. It was a happy but incomplete time in my life. Today, I am grateful to God for giving me the most precious gift. Robert is extremely excited about the news that I am having a baby and feels sad that Robert won't be here with us. Can y'all see this bullshit? Moral, is that supposed to be moral, girl? Moral of the story: follow your dreams, flow with the unexpected things of life. Joy. That was her pregnancy announcement, I guess. Child, what is it? What is it? That's the baby. That's the baby. Allegedly. What I done. Okay. Yeah, that's the baby. That's the baby. Mm-hmm. I cannot. I'm gonna get my Joycelyn on. I cannot. So, but you can't have conjugal visits. So how does she? Well, anyway, let's finish the book. Don't be afraid to get away when things get tough. Run, far, far, far away. That's Joy. And not everyone is family. I had to learn that the hard way, and happy I did. I am healed. Joy. The love and joy of Robert. The end. Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this bullshit ass book, I'm glad I didn't pay for it, honey. It's on Amazon, okay? And if you order the Kindle app or whatever for the trial, you can read it, and that's what the fuck I did. And the book is $5 anyway. I think this was a quick fundraiser too for him because they took his commissary. Yeah, child. That's it. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. So you had to talk about Azriel and how he pissed on you. He beat on you, but you love him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Something wrong with that poor baby. It's something wrong with it. You needed to stay in school, darling. You did. And you would have been able to get free studio time at the school if you had stayed down there in school. Well, I guess that's it. I'm looking if y'all have something to say. Yes, you do need help. That is it for the story time. R. Kelly is downtown at his house. He's probably asleep or maybe sitting up having some noodles or something. Getting prepped for his trial on tomorrow. He has a trial tomorrow. It starts in Chicago, Illinois. I won't be able to go down there to 26 California, unfortunately. I'm upset because I want to be there. You know, I might peruse myself around there or something at some point today. I don't know. But nonetheless, I wanted to read you guys the book. I'll probably make this public in like a week or two or whatever. But this is members only. And I'm back to doing some of my members only content. So I do appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who has come in. And I hope that you have the start of a great week. I love y'all. And look, cuz I was working on that flyer. We're about to have a bridal shower. We're going to have some things going on this week. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night.